Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, A Choosing Beggar Karen wants our OP's eyeball, and she doesn't even want to pay for it. Let's jump right in. A little backstory. I'm getting into the voice acting industry. I bought many things to help me set up a booth at home, including something called a Chaotica eyeball, the eyeball Karen is referring to. The eyeball is basically a recording booth in a ball. It's awesome, and it works wonders. Highly recommended for anyone who needs to record anything, podcasts, songs, etc. It's basically a portable recording booth. There are two types of eyeballs, the normal Chaotica and the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy only fits the Blue Yeti microphone, which is the mic that I had, but it broke. I had bought a gently used microphone off a friend, and he also gave me his eyeball which fit the mic I bought off him. Since I didn't need the Fat Boy anymore, I decided to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. The cast is me and Karen. Here's the story. I put the eyeball on Marketplace for $100, which was a reasonable price considering I got it for $215, and if anyone knows anything about the eyeball, they know it's worth every penny. I posted pics of the eyeball as well. It was on the microphone so people know that it fits the Yeti and only the Yeti, and I said that the microphone was not for sale as it was broken. A couple days go by and I get a message from Karen. She said that she would like to buy it for her son, who can use it for his gaming channel. She also asked if the microphone came with it and was willing to pay extra. I told her that the microphone was broken. I was just using it for scale to show it fits. She said that was fine and was still interested in the eyeball. Everything seemed great. We set up a time and place to meet. The next day, we meet in the middle between our two locations. We show up and greet each other, I show her the eyeball, and then she says, "And the microphone?" Like I said on Facebook, the microphone is broken. I was just showing that it fits around the mic. Well, why sell it if it doesn't come with the microphone in the picture? Poor customer service. Ma'am, I said in the post that it didn't include the microphone. Well, give me the eyeball for free since it doesn't come with a microphone. I'm not going to do that. It's worth over $200. But it's just foam. I could make one for $5. Then if you're not interested in paying the $100, I'm just going to leave. I managed to keep my cool even though I wanted to make a snarky remark. Karen then starts having a bit of a tantrum, stomping her feet and whatnot. We were getting some looks, but people didn't do anything, mainly because of the town we live in. Probably thought she was a crackhead. Give me the eyeball! Now I know people think we are crackheads. For the $100? For free! No, ma'am, I'm not going to do that. Now, since you are not going to be buying it from me, I'll be on my way. Sorry for wasting your time. Have a great day. I then walk away, eyeball in hand, and head to the car. She follows me to the car. I was borrowing my aunt's van. She then stands in front of the van and glares at me. She puts her hands on the hood and starts tapping her fingers on it. I couldn't help but giggle at how ridiculous she was being. I've met Karens before, but never one like this. I then get a buzzing on my phone. It's from Marketplace, someone asking if it was still available. I don't take it off Marketplace until I have the money and it's been handed to the buyer. Yes, it is still available. The person responds, if you can bring it to my place, then I'll give you $125. I was more than happy to do so. They gave me their address and I said I was on my way. I now just had to deal with Karen. She was still standing there glaring me down, but God or whatever being that is out there was on my side that day. The car that was behind mine pulled out and now I had a way out. Thankfully, we met at a grocery store parking lot. She still had her claws on the car. I had to get her off. I didn't want her to fake an injury or anything. I honked the horn and she jumped up. I then backed out and drove off. I took the long way to the person's house just in case she followed me. Mind you, my aunt has the same vehicle as every other mom in this town, so she could easily have mistaken any other one for me, but I took the long way just to be on the safe side. I got to the person's house and the exchange went off without a hitch. They were more serious about buying the eyeball, and I appreciated that. Plus, I got a little extra money for my troubles. I got home and the first thing I did was block Karen. Crazy, crazy Karen. Thanks for reading. In story number 2, we have a question for you to answer. Who is the choosing beggar in this next post? Some background. I work in a training hospital and we have students that rotate through every 9 months. Last year, there was a student who we will call Jessica. Jessica and I had a few things in common and we got along well with each other. She had a lot of personal issues with her boyfriend, and I was a listening ear and helped give her advice on how to handle certain aspects of her issues. Not only that, but she was being unfairly treated by our staff compared to other students because she wasn't from the same college that most of our staff graduated from. I gave her a lot of personal and professional advice and stuck up for her when I personally witnessed her being picked on. As I said, we got along well and had some things in common. She liked to make perler bead designs in her free time that were designed on our common interests. She showed me some of her designs that she had made and I thought they were really well done and told her so. About a month before she graduates, she approaches me and gives me a heartfelt thank you for all of the help and advice that I'd given her throughout her internship, and she tells me that she would love to make me a perler bead design since she noted my interest in her work. I happily accept her offer and gave her a design that I had off the top of my head, thinking it would maybe only take her a couple of hours to make. Turns out I incorrectly assumed, and she said it would take her a long time. I picked a significantly smaller design and offered to at least pay for the materials since I knew she was a poor college student, which she also happily agreed to. Just to note, this design was based on an Etsy design that I sent her a link to. A few days prior to her graduation, she sends me a text telling me that she just made it and would bring it in the following day. I then asked her how much she would like me to pay for it, since I had offered to at least pay for the materials, and she told me it would be $40. This completely caught me off guard because the design I had given to her was an exact copy of an Etsy design that was being sold for $15, which included materials and labor. I told her that I was under the impression that this was a gift, which is why I offered to at least pay for the materials. She then reminds me that she's a poor college student. She had to go buy a couple of different colors of beads, and it took her 4 hours to make. I told her that I would give her $20 for it since I could have easily bought it just off of Etsy for $15. She responds, fine. I told a few of my coworkers what happened, and they told me I was being a choosing beggar and I should have paid her the $40 that she requested because she's a poor college student and spent so much time on it. She gave me a heartfelt thank you for the advice I had given her and for standing up for her when no one else would. Then she followed this up by telling me she wanted to make one for me, not sell me one for almost triple the price I could buy one for. Am I the beggar here? In story number 3, we have a choosing beggar military spouse who wants her family driven around for free, and all the inconveniences should be yours. Hi, I see we are in the same group of naval spouses, and I was wondering if you can do me a favor. Military spouses are supposed to help each other at all times. Considering my husband is currently underway and I don't drive at all, I was wondering if you can take me and my kids to my appointments at blank. I live in blank. I cannot pay for gas or give you anything at this time, so if you could do that and not expect anything, that would be great. I see that you have kids too, and if you don't have a big enough car, you might want to find them a babysitter, considering I can't leave my 4 children with anyone. If you have car seats, that will be great, so I don't have to bring mine. Spouses have already told me no, so if you could not be that rude, I would appreciate it. Let me know ASAP. In our final story, we have a choosing beggar in a relationship, though, to be fair, the choosing beggar part isn't his worst quality. I used to casually date this boy. He got a DUI, so his license was taken away, and as a result, he would rely on me for a lot of rides, which I didn't mind, even though he never gave me gas money. Let's call him Aaron, which is not his actual name. One day, Aaron asked me to take him to his friend's house, which was 30 minutes away, so he could sell something to him. I thought, sure, whatever, and we left. He has a habit of being a backseat driver, which I've asked him to stop multiple times, but he justified it saying that he has almost been involved in 3 bad accidents when someone else was driving. On the way there, Aaron kept making comments about my driving, which annoyed me. Keep in mind, I'm not a bad driver. Nobody comments on my driving except him. Little things like, oh, switch lane, that one seems faster. Speed up, 5 more miles per hour. Very unnecessary things. I told him I just wanted to drive without him commenting on every little thing. Eventually, I just started ignoring his comments and drove as if nobody else was in the car. This made him very angry. I told him if he wants a ride from me, he's just going to have to accept how I drive. Eventually, he got so angry that he started punching my dashboard and sun visor, breaking the clip that holds my visor. I was so angry and I pulled over telling him to get out. My car will automatically lock once I start driving, so I drove a little bit and rolled down my window and told him to get back in the car because I didn't want him to be stranded. Apparently, he was still angry because he pulled my passenger side door handle as hard as he could and ripped it off before even giving me a chance to unlock the doors. Honestly, after that, I stopped doing favors for him. As you can imagine, we ended up breaking things off on pretty bad terms. I may be wrong, but I feel that there might have been a red flag hidden in there somewhere. This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.